F-O-M-O. FOMO, the fear of missing out. A lot of newbie traders like you, and I know you, have that problem as well. If this is the first time you're watching my YouTube video, the name is Ryan and welcome to the Ryan Can Trade FX Zone. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you do find this video useful, and don't forget to always ask questions in the comment section. FOMO is everything that every new beginner trader experiences, and you are one of them. How do I know? Because I know there are several times where you were supposed to execute a trade at an earlier position but failed to execute that trade at that time. And trust me, it's something that we all have gone through. I mean, from the early days and starting. See, FOMO is referred to as the fear of missing out. And it happens to traders because they fail to execute at the right time, and they also fail to execute a trade based off their strategy or analysis or entry type. And when this happens, you find yourself chasing trades, trying to take every trade possible because you're trying to make money off the market. And this is one of the major problems that a lot of newbie traders do not know how to admit. The next video you're going to be watching, I break down clue by clue from my last episode of the physical in-person class I had with my students, exactly the emotions and problems that leads to FOMO. So do yourself a favor and watch that video to the end. And if this is the very first time you're coming across my channel, the name is Ryan and welcome to the Ryan Can Trade FX Zone. Please do make sure to watch the video to the end and pay attention. There's so much you're going to learn from there. It's never and has never been seen anywhere. Cheers.
Well, let's talk about FOMO quickly. Let's see how we can use 10 minutes to break down this for you. So you see now, the fear of missing out, okay, is caused by how do I say it? It's caused by two major things. Yeah? It's caused by one, your confidence in trade, okay? And secondly is your attitude to trade. So you want to look at your confidence in trade, okay? Yeah. And then you want to look at your attitude to trade. And when I mean confidence in trade, I mean, are you trading off your strategy? Okay? Are you respecting your risk system? Okay, and is the trade valid? Do you understand? So your trade could be valid based on session, do you understand? And all of those other things. Now, your attitude to trade is, when are you trading? When are you trading? Why are you trading at that point in time? And what's your psyche about the trade at that point in time? Now, if you have confidence in trade, okay, your strategy, your risk system, is it valid or not? It gives you comfort in that trade. Do you get? You won't panic. Instead, you would execute better. Do you get? The main cause of this is execution. How do you spell execution again? Execution, okay? And then fear.
I think it's just like,
so you don't execute on time, yeah, because you're scared.
Or
now
you execute to
now that's what I'm saying.
Panic night.
Now, before this is this. You don't execute, then you fear, then you execute. So what would usually happen to you is you miss this, then this activates, then this triggers you to do this. So when this triggers you to do this, you do it at a later time. Then this comes and become your major emotion at that particular point in time. So fear becomes your major emotion after you execute. Now, do you know why fear becomes your major emotion after you execute? Because you don't have confidence in trade and your attitude to trade was wrong. So your confidence in this trade, okay,
Yes, sir.
would build why you execute in the first place and destroy the fear. Your attitude to trade is what brings the fear back after you've executed at a later time. So if you know you're not supposed to trade at that point in time, or you know that while your trading is not valid, you're not meant to be trading at this point in time, you've already made profits and all of those things already for the day, you have no reason to want to take a trade, okay? And there's no confidence in trade. The trade doesn't meet your strategy, your risk system is not in place, you don't have a valid reason for why you should even be taking this trade, but you want to take the trade because you feel. That's what I was telling you, feel. Feelings are different from thinking. When you think it's logical, when you feel it's emotional. So when you say you feel, it means that you brought sentiment into it, and something better backing your sentiment for you to make a decision. If there's no logic backing your sentiment, then it's just an emotion. But if there's logic backing that sentiment, backing that emotion, then it gives more validity to your sentiment. That will be your strategy and your confidence in trade.
What about a situation whereby you have, for instance, gold, looking at that liquidity that happens, the news, and it's also a confluence that, okay, a market will not leave it and just run away. So usually I wanted to take that trade last week, the sell, and just leave it to allow it run. But the fear was that when spread increase in the night, because of the money I'm having in the account, it may close it. So I want a situation where maybe on Monday, then I will take the trade and allow it run to clear that liquidity and all that. But in a situation whereby, okay, you saw your liquidity and you know market will not leave it, this gives you confidence. I think a basis that reason why you should take the trade. And you do that, and you execute that trade, but there is also still faith, despite the fact you're having conferences. What will you say in that case?
I heard everything you explained. You know something. We know on gold, that market had done something. It had left an inefficiency and it was supposed to come back to fill it. What was your key reason after that to take the trade? What did you see?
Aside the inefficiency.
Yes. What was your trigger?
The market is going towards clearing it off. That was the trigger.
What was your trigger? You still do not have a technical bias as to why you should take the trade.
I was saying sentiments, two things. I was saying like, okay, gold is feeling again. It's going to go and clear the upper one, waiting for the day. Then again too, the inefficiency is still there to be clear up. The idea was you will clear it before going back.
What you have now is you have a view of what is going to happen. Do you get?
What might happen?
What might happen? Do you understand? Based off consequential history that you've seen. So you have a view. But now you don't have a reason. That's why the fear is there.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So before you took the trade now, what did you implement? That's what I expect you to tell me now. What I expect you to tell me now is, okay, before I took this trade, I did this. I went to the lower time frame. When I went to the lower time frame, I noticed that bearish momentum started to come into the market at that level. I could see character on the smaller time frame start to change. I saw the return. I saw prices go back to try and test that resistance and failed to break that resistance. That was my key reason for wanting to take this trade. I was able to, build confidence around what was happening presently at that point in time. Now, if you had done that, you'd have eliminated this, because now you now have a conviction. The whole essence of looking for confluence in the trade is to be convicted about why you're taking the trade. So if you're not convicted enough as to why you're taking the trade, then you will have fear.
And you make mistakes.
That's why the Bible says faith conquers all. So if your fear, do you understand, is too strong, your faith will not conquer it. But what makes your faith strong is because you've removed everything that will cause you fear. So the whole essence of having confidence is conviction.
That's okay.
Do
So
you
next
get what I'm saying? So next time when you perceive something to happen, if you want to be emotional, if you feel this will happen, try to make sure there's a logic backing that feeling. That's what builds sentiment. That's why we say sentimental analysis is a what? It's a joint combination between what? Technical analysis and fundamental analysis.
Wow. That's really
You get? So that's the only way you can eliminate this. Now another thing, you can. Now these are the causes. Now let's look at how can you eliminate FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. Have an entry system. When you have an entry system, okay, if your entry system is not provided, you did not miss this trade. You just didn't find an entry for this trade, or an entry has not provided itself. This would help you control FOMO. But if you don't have an entry system, you would enter the trade every time.
I try as much as possible to be conservative about my entry. As much as.
But now, is it a system?
Actually, it's not a system yet. It's just a emotional feeling.
Exactly. You enter the car. The car will not move unless you either push to start, you put the key, and you turn it before it's going to start.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But now, if you just enter the car and you're forcing the car and you're matching the accelerates, you're doing no good. But when you have an entry system, it's as if you have something that would kickstart something. So if it's not there, the car is not going to move.
So you're as bad as your entry system.
But when you have an entry system, you will not just jump into a trade randomly. You would want this system to what? Present itself. And then when this entry system is presenting itself, what does it then do? It eliminates this fear. Because you've then done what? You've built a conviction as to why you're taking the trade. So the only way you can eliminate the fear is by having conviction about your trade. Okay? It's like me and my GBP JPY now. I know chances of what is going to happen, and I know the chances of what is likely not to happen. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But the difference now is I have a conviction of something. Do you get?
Yeah.
There's an economic release that is going to strengthen the JPY for just a short period of time. My entry system is based off what? That we can clearly see that prices are what? Are extremely overbought and in a what? In a key level area.
Yeah.
So if that release should come out, prices will go my direction because GBP JPY used to do 200 pips straight. You get? But my conviction now is I know that prices are in an overbought area, and I have managed my risk to a point where it doesn't put me in harm's way. So I'm calm and I'm comfortable holding the trade. My only problem is they are killing me with swap. Morning, Esther, what's up? Does everything already start looking like Chinese in your eye?
This was my bias for the weekend.
Okay.
And obviously it was coming.